If you enjoy Breaking the Clutch content and want to get more involved, join our Discord server to find teammates, community, and the ability to chat with us directly. Furthermore, follow us on Twitch to join the experience live, where we play our favorite Halo games and hang out with our audience multiple times a week. You'll find the links to both of these in the description of the video down below. Thank you for participating in our community and enjoy the video.
And then you're steamrolling. You were just a player or two off from that.
Moving into the game here, we have on the blue side, Sheepish Flyer, also known as Admiration from Halo Wars 1, will be going Cutter. And on the red side, we do have, once again, Happy Joey, who's currently down 0-1, also Cutter. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens.
Look, Cutter Mirror, we've seen it all night.
Pad constructed.
Pretty interesting to see that we haven't actually seen Banished, really, displayed.
Jackrabbit, fueled, tuned, and ready to go.
Yeah, surprisingly, I think people are just getting a little fed up with the Banished, you know, and they just want to use the UNSC because it's, you know, it's a little more entertaining. Right now, Jackrabbit rolling out across the map for Admiration at the same time. Got to be rolling right up to the mini base again, Nick. He could certainly get that pick. Units are out of position already for the red player.
We've seen this twice. It's almost like the same exact thing as what Jetty went through. The player thinks, I need to go get the mini base that's furthest from me on my side because that's the one that they're going to try to pick up. Meanwhile, Sheepish, two steps ahead, picks up the one that's closest to Joey. And now what Sheepish needs to do is make sure that he does pick up the two on his side of the map, though. Don't let it slip up there. He's going to have a 3-base advantage. Actually sacrifices that mini base. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing here.
Is he going for Gen?
He actually went Generator
Gen
4th in this situation, so he might just go Gen.
He might double up for Gen 5 here.
Might as well, because he did successfully get a mini base pick. No, decides to go for barracks anyway.
Generator constructed.
After all, he's like, no, okay, I will.
Just a little contemplation there.
Yeah, exactly that. Which is, 100% understandable. I mean, I guess you could totally decide. I personally prefer to go Generator 3rd and 5th, essentially every game. That's like my number one go-to.
Yeah, if I'm UNSC, I'm not really moving that around.
I prefer
and then I
to
wouldn't
take
put
a fight at me, Like, come to me. I don't want to walk across the map. You come fight me.
And then get the steamroll going.
Yeah.
Mini base complete.
Exactly. That 3 mini bases to 1.
Generator upgrade complete.
I want to take a look here. Joey doesn't even know that his back mini has been stolen yet. So, something to keep in mind.
So he is going 2 barracks, so he's going to have 2 barracks to pump snipes and flamers, and then he's going to have 2 bases to pump out marines. His eco is going to be the biggest question here, though, Pat. He's got 2 generators on that base, only 2 supply pads.
Yeah.
Don't think that's really going to hold well here. I think very quickly he's going to get out ecoed just for that simple fact. And this game is already in favor of Admiration just based on those builds right there. Joey finally getting a marker towards the back of the base. He's going to figure out very painfully that mini base has been taken from him already.
Hellbringers fueled up.
It's actually a pretty disheartening moment, isn't it? When you're like,
it's
backyard.
my least favorite moment on Rift. Yeah.
In my own backyard.
It's almost as bad as when
How
people
dare you.
went and picked up, they jumped in the garrison in the front of your base. Like back in season 2.
Oh my god. That was like the most cringy thing.
This is the most disheartening thing since. Well, he's actually going to be able to take this out pretty quickly. But nonetheless, it is a distraction, keeping Joey on his side of the map, not letting him go up and get power nodes, not letting him get any control of the map right now. So it's definitely worth it to get his money back. Admiration did simply by putting that supply pad on there.
Yeah, and at the same time, Admiration just spotted the base of Joey by sending his rapid there in hold position. Will get the scout, see the second gen, and from there he needs to decide 2 things. He says, okay, well, I'm going to go generator just like he's doing right here.
Base is
need to build a generator on my base potentially for number 2, and I also potentially need to decide on pushing. What am I going to do? So I'm really curious to see what he is going to do. He might get aggressive across the map right now, knowing the Tech 2 game is coming much more quickly for Joey. Take a look at this. Joey actually decided to opt in for Marine grenades this time with 2 snipers rolling out at the moment. I think he already has a couple even on the map, potentially. Sending a Marine. This is actually a really nice little hold position. Cheeky spot. So that way he does have a scout of the Expo knowing the timing. That's a very good thing to do to get a little bit of extra knowledge on the map.
I think that Right now, I mean, since it's Rift right now, Pat, I'd like to pick that Expo even sooner than normal.
Marines are
Like,
ready
I'm
to go.
talking like right now. Pick up that Expo, get the push going on the other side of the map, and then start building up that base. If you can get that Expo up and running, get it to Tech 2,
Mini base complete.
you're in a really good spot in the early part of the game here.
Yeah. I do agree.
Just
with
needs
you.
to get that spotter out, though.
Yeah, exactly that. And it totally depends on how he's going to do that. Joey now has multiple snipers in his army composition,
here.
deciding to actually push out across the map. Keep in mind during this engagement that Joey does not have a power node on his side of the map, while Sheepish does currently have one. Joey is actually going to have a
Marines under
pretty
air
good
assault.
push here, considering that the map knowledge for Sheepish is basically nil. Oh, he does spot that. Oh my god, he catches that one single unit there. He might potentially be able to gather that there is an army pushing up to his base right now. See if he decide to pull back here and defend this.
Leader point earned.
This kind of seems like an all-in play right now.
Generator
He's got his
upgrade
back to
complete.
the wall.
Snipers taking the garrison as well.
He's
will
getting
be
that base
annoying.
upgraded.
Yeah. Having that
base
turret
is
is
under
actually going to be
attack.
very, very good for him. Because if he does decide to
It's at least
into
gonna slow down the
anti-infantry-
process.
Yeah, exactly.
Marines under attack.
Keeps some buildings alive. You're building another one as well. 2 snipers rallying the situation. Sheepish is sprinting back to his base as quickly as he can. 2 snipers in the garrison could
We're
easily
under
get
attack,
targeted
over.
down, though, as long as he is careful. Otherwise, they will certainly do some DPS to this army. Oh, 3rd sniper as well. No, you could be out of position. Run, run, little guy. Oh, no. Army decides to come back and actually engage this. ODSTs on the army will stun literally every single unit
Oh,
here.
what a beautiful drop.
Mines going down. He has to
He
get
just
out
put
of this
those units.
engagement as quickly as he can, and he does move out of the mines. But ODSTs, where are they, Joey? He doesn't have the leader point yet because he didn't get that mini
Leader
base
point
like
earned.
Sheepish did. There it is. Now you have to use your ODST drop, friend. You have to use your ODST drop.
No, I don't even think you use him at
Oh,
this point.
no.
I think you gotta go.
He's got to peace out.
I think you gotta get out of here.
Our allies are in
You're
trouble.
not winning this fight, even if you do drop them in.
Man, absolutely crazy.
Save that money.
There goes the
there
drop
goes the
there
drop.
after losing so
I
many
think it's gonna be a
units
waste.
already as well. Oi. Gonna have to actually pull back out of this. The
Yeah.
turret is shredding his units. Just keep your army alive, Joey. Pull back. He's actually gonna sit here and lose everything.
Joey.
He will kill a lot of these units, but he's still too weak. Out of the range of the turret. Leave, friend, leave. Does keep those units alive at least, which is very good. Hornet now rolling out as well for Sheepish. Man, that engagement was crazy. He got every single
Command
one
center
of
upgrade
those
complete.
every single one of those units stunned by that ODST drop, Nicholas.
Sniper reporting.
Look, the ODSTs, how much do they cost? Like 600, I
800
believe?
actually. I think it's 800,
800.
850, something along those lines.
I mean, that's an expo right there. That's a couple Nightingales right there. You hate to see him actually drop that in right in that spot when you know you're gonna lose. You're not gonna win that engagement in front of the base.
Marines ready to serve.
I'd rather see that invested elsewhere. And we're gonna see Admiration get his next leader point. Joey, meanwhile, halfway from getting it. Admiration, everything in favor of him, but he needs to get a secondary base. Both of these
Ooh,
players
drop
should have
turret.
had a
He's gonna
secondary
catch
up
some
and
more
running by now.
units. Oh, he just wants to get as many free unit kills as possible, and I think Combat Tech Marines now as well coming out for Aberration. Aberration's just going to chase down the rest of these red units. Every ODST killed is 100% worth it. Okay, you just walked into a big mine. Okay, all right. Gear goes for the smoke. Yikes, that was almost really, really terrifying. Airpad now rolling out as
Joey.
well for Happy Joey.
Joey not building on his last
Hellbringers.
slot on his base.
Combat Tech.
It's been that way for quite some time.
Yep.
Not quite sure what he's thinking here.
Supply pad upgrade
Supply pad
complete.
definitely needs more eco here in this situation. I mean, having these 2 production buildings, 2 generators, having only 2 forms of income at the moment. One heavy.
We
supply
talked about
pad
that
back
earlier,
in.
didn't we?
Yes, we
Right
did.
off the rip. Set himself up
Combat
for
mechanics
kind of
research.
put himself in a ditch, so to speak, with 2 supply pads, 2 gens, and then a barracks.
Supply pad
Goes still-
constructed.
In a bad spot here, and he can't even pick up a secondary base. Meanwhile, Admiration finally picking up a secondary base about 3 minutes
Receiving
too
fire
late,
from
if you
ground
ask me.
troops.
Nonetheless, he's getting it going, and Joey not in a position to pick his up.
Yeah, at least Happy Joey does have knowledge and map awareness that he is, of course, grabbing that base. And in fact, Admiration will be targeting this one Marine here, so now Admiration knows that he knows. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he decides to opt for here.
Marines are
Of
ready
course,
to go.
like you were saying, the Blue Army, 61 Army popped to 50 currently. So not the biggest jump ever, but I bet you the ODST is nearing its way to being finished up on cooldown. Gonna be grabbing a node while he waits instead of sitting in the middle like last time, just in case.
Leader power ready.
Happy Joey does see that the army is there.
Marines!
I mean, the closest in unit count is a bit deceiving right now,
Infantry,
because
level 1,
in a few
researched.
moments here, Admiration's going to start getting reinforcements. He's going to get bigger, badder units going. He's going to get
Spartan
probably
laser researched.
infantry upgrade 3 going. He just got Spartan laser. It's going to get out of control very quickly. Reinforcements 1 going as well. This game's going to steamroll within the next minute or so.
Yeah, Spartan also getting Spartan laser now as well.
I'm under attack from ground troops.
Supply
Going
pad
to be
constructed.
pretty interesting. Wonder what the decision is here for engaging. They do actually pick off a Hornet there, which is pretty solid. Now would be a great time for you to grab the
Hellbringers,
base there,
where do you
Joey.
want us?
You don't have to send your whole army to grab this one node. You could just send one unit. Buy a base. Buy a base. Buy a base, please. No, he's going to spend more money instead of buying the base. Needs to get his base established if he actually wants to have a chance. 5 snipers in this army for Sheepish. Sheepish has a pretty solid notebook army composition. I don't know if you noticed this, Nick, but he does it basically every game where he
The
has
enemy
5
has
snipers.
captured
He
our
starts getting
power
his
node.
infantry upgrades, his Spartan upgrades.
Supply pad
Here comes the big
constructed.
engagement. Drop turret in the back. Focus firing the
Combat
Gales for the
station
blue
upgrade
team.
complete.
Spartan Slam goes down, stunning half the
Spartan
army.
doing a really nice job.
ODSTs as well, stunning the rest of the army here. Just what I was talking about, Nicholas. Dispersion nozzle flamers now coming out as well for the red player. Great strike there, actually killing a lot of Blue's units. Nicholas,
Leader
that
point
Spartan
earned.
is going to be the only thing staying alive in this engagement for the blue guy. ODSTs now coming as well, getting more stuns in. Nick, what is happening in this
We're seeing,
engagement?
okay, Joey is up 73 to 29. I'm not quite
That
sure
Spartan
what
could get
Admiration
picked.
was doing there.
That Spartan can get picked. No, the mines kill him. So no.
Oh no.
Supply pad constructed.
Mine's devastating 30 pop right there.
And still
Look
no
at all the
second
dead
base
Marines.
for Joey.
Holy smokes.
If you would have had a second base, it would have been so much better for this situation here as well. Oh, that Spartan, man.
As good of a play that was, he doesn't have a secondary base. His eco is not as good as Admiration.
Supply pad upgrade
Admiration
complete.
not building anything though right now. He's just
Yeah.
getting turrets up. I think he'd at least start pumping out some Marines.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
I'm really curious to see what the potential situation is going forward after this moment as well, because of the fact that Joey still doesn't have that expo. He's got enough money for it. Joey, buy that expo, friend. You really need to have that second base right now to at least try to compete. You took out an entire army. Now 38 for the blue guy to 64 for Joey. If you were to actually get aggressive here, you could do some serious DPS even with anti-infantry turrets up here in the situation. Could at least go for minis. I'm surprised he's not. He's just getting a basic scout on the base here. Not going to be able to see the army, but sees the anti-infantry turret. That should be enough to know that you probably shouldn't push that base with your small
But I don't think
army.
I don't think Joey can do anything here. You can't really engage a mini. You get flanked, you lose your army count, and you're getting your second base up. You have to now invest into that. Joey's kind of in a weird spot where he can't really do anything.
Right.
He's
Siege
too
turret going
aggressive
down
here.
as
You're
well.
going to get your units wiped here.
Dispersion
And that
nozzles
siege turret's going to be a
researched.
real nuisance.
Dispersion nozzles researched as well. I believe for both players now.
Well, here comes the flank, and I think
Yeah,
it's going to... This is what I was talking about. He's going to get his army wiped
Base
right
is
here.
under attack.
And
Needs to
that'll
leave, actually.
lead to a steamroll. Yeah, and once that
Turret
siege turret comes
constructed.
up, it's just going to start
These Gales a
raining
little
in hell.
overextended as well. Could be targeted by these combat tech marines. His second base is finally purchased for Joey, so if he keeps his army alive, he might have a significant chance. Siege turret coming up as well now. Dispersion, great ground pound there. Gonna
There's
stun the
leader power
entire army, man. Every single unit here for the red guy. Joey in a really bad spot here. Definitely should have taken this engagement willingly. Unit still somehow alive. Fire everywhere. Look at all these beautiful particles. Joey realizing, hey, I have to
Power ready.
probably back up in this situation.
Assault from enemy troops. Hellbringers.
With snipers doing a good amount of DPS as well. Hornets will be picking out the
They're all
Gales.
weak.
All of the slow units here will get picked off by these Hornets in their DPS range.
Receiving fire from ground troops. Over.
Oh my.
Joey's about to have 0 unit pop right here. ODST drop in for Joey right now. Again,
ODST
drops
assault
it in,
group
puts
even.
himself at 100.
And the ODSTs come in as well for Sheepish stunning the new units that just came in. Siege turret still applying that damage all the way
And he's
across
just
the
gonna
map.
hijack the tank.
He says, "Can I have
Joey
that
just
sword?"
handed over Admiration a tank. This one's over.
Leader point earned.
Indeed it is, Nicholas.
95 units to 4. Joey
Hornet
again
reporting.
had a
Over.
really great
Leader
play
power
on
ready.
the right hand side of the map, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Did not have a secondary base. If he would have picked up that secondary base, he probably could have started getting it upgraded by the time that engagement was done. Puts himself in a much better position to kind of rebound from this scenario. But
Hellbringer crew
I
ready.
think it is what it is.
It
Did
is.
not get that
I'm under
secondary
attack,
base
the
and now
enemy.
has to live with it. This should be a fairly easy push right here for Admiration.
Yeah.
Joey with 13
092
units
under
here,
fire.
a
Over.
watchtower, and 2 turrets.
Drops in the ODSTs as well with the combo on the strike. We'll be doing a lot of DPS to most of this army. Tank even about to go down as well. However, just the 2 or 3 units that Joey does have in his army
Our
comp
base is
not
under
enough.
attack. Our
Way too many
allies are in
units here.
trouble.
Gonna get run over. Even with
someone-
the Hellbringers applying the dispersion of flame. And we should see resign fairly soon here.
Joey does secure himself a spot in the HWCL Invitational, so we'll see him back here next week. Meanwhile, Admiration going on to the grand finals, trying to secure the top seed in the qualifier.
Hellbringers fueled up.
As we watch
Base
this play
is
out,
under attack.
we will see Happy
This
Joey
is getting
take the L
annoying.
0-2. And of course, Admiration / Sheepish Flyer, say that 3 times fast, will be progressing on. Nick, what do we have after
Wingman
this?
Researched.
After this one, we are going to have the winner of Manatee and Nathan versus Admiration in the grand finals.
There we are.
Leader power ready.
Enemy ground troops. Nightingale reporting for.
An enemy player has been eliminated.
GG indeed. GG indeed. Nick, don't type it in the chat though.